Hey everyone, welcome back. Okay, so I am still kind of stuck on this stupid puzzle. I actually just discovered something which is
Something
very,
on this clock bothers me.
yeah, you'll see what I mean. So I'm just gonna do what I did before.
Strange. A sheet of paper is blocked in the clock.
So, unfortunately, some of these puzzles, like, there's not really any logic to it. You just kind of
There,
fiddle with it
that's
until
better.
it does whatever. So I figured that out, obviously. We're gonna do this panel. And then stuff like this, like it doesn't even make sense. You
What
have no
strange mechanism? I don't think it
idea
serves to turn hands.
why it would, like, why does that have to be in the middle? Like, there's no, at least unless I'm doing it, unless you have to do it in a certain order, but so that unlocks those panels somehow. I don't know why it has to, like, there's no indication that, you know, you just gotta keep fiddling it with it until you figure it out. It took me forever to figure that out, but also I'm noticing these guys are different. These little pointy things. I noticed that I thought it was just the lighting, and then I was like looking at it, and I was like, this one's still different. So yeah, I missed this.
This
And
wooden
then
panel is blocked. I can't open it.
that made me think, oh, I should probably look at the legs. And lo and behold, there's a leg here that is also loose.
Could the screw be slightly loose? Could the screw be...
Okay, what can I...
Good. It should be possible to open the wooden panel.
Okay, so what's in here then?
Look! A key.
Oh, the thing we need for the frickin'...
This
Wait,
could be useful.
What is this? What? What? 3, 2, 1, 2. So both have...
This code probably has something to do with the mechanism above the clock.
What? Oh, so is that... What? That still doesn't really make sense. Okay, so... Hold on. So that's supposed to give you the answer for unlocking it? So that is left. All the way to the left. That's in the center. It's all the way to the right. That's in the center. Okay, so both of the ones are in the bottoms, and that doesn't make sense to me though. Because so 2, 2, center, center, 1, all the way to the left, all to the right, 3. Or does that mean just how many times you gotta move it? So, I don't even know. I have no freaking clue. Whatever, either way I figured it out. I don't know how the heck you're supposed to decipher that, but... Okay, let's use this thing. I was using the wrong thing, so... Okay! Oh my god, that was just... Alright.
The central cock is blocked.
Yeah, oops. Okay, can I... Okay.
Ah, something clicked on the front of the clock.
Okay. Assuming this is for this now. Nope. That was a lot more difficult than it should have been.
This could be useful.
Oh god, okay.
Betty, I enjoyed a wonderful evening in your company, and I hope that we will see each other again very soon. D. My dearest Betty, I know that your art is already spoken for, but you are the most beautiful dancer I have ever had the pleasure of meeting, and I am impatient to see you again. Adrian.
Why are you in a relationship if you're just gonna fucking cheat, you goddamn bitch? I hate cheaters, so sorry guys. Fucking, I don't understand why people cheat. Listen to Betty's record. Did I not grab a record though? Oops. Thinking. Oh, well, I've got the key.
Let us see. What is this cupboard hiding?
That. What is this? What?
This looks like solfège.
I don't know what that means.
This looks like solfège.
Okay.
This looks like solfège.
I don't know what that is. Let's observe this. 78T, Betty. Okay.
That doesn't work. Must have forgotten a step.
What? Oh.
That doesn't work. Must have forgotten a step.
Oh god. Ah.
First of all, I have to take the ender.
Can I take it? Thank you. What is this?
There is
Whoa.
bound to be a clue somewhere.
What? Oh my god, okay. So we need something that equals... Oh god, music and math? This is complete gibberish to me, you guys. Like what? 1 plus 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 4 divided by 4, 4. God. I have no idea.
There is bound to be a clue somewhere.
So, there is. What? Oh wait, I think I get it. I think. Is that not it? I was. Oh.
I heard the sound of a mechanism being triggered. It looks like something goes in here.
This thing goes in here. Okay. I just want to play the freaking record. Why is this so difficult? A mechanism open. Okay. Oh. What's this? 00A? What? Oh. Oh wait, on the record. There. What was the 78T? Go the other way. Can you? Oh my God. 7. 8. Oh, this is going to take a while. Oh, shit. There we go.
Just have to put the record on the gramophone.
And start it. Wow, that is just a freaking hustle. Like, it's so much. Oh, what's this? So much work just to play a gramophone. Or record, sorry. Okay. No. Oh, I gotta put it back down. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. No, I don't. Why are you going down there? I'm not even clicking on that game. Come on. I wanted something. So can I?
Oh, Donald! We're in the middle of recording.
Sorry, Betty, but it's not wise. The doctor said you should risk your voice.
You're such a killjoy sometimes.
Betty was such a good singer.
It's true. Did she have any problem with her throat?
Yes, she had to be careful with her voice.
Of course she didn't follow the doctor's advice. If Don didn't insist, she... Well, it's too late for all that now.
It looks like this woman is single, but she has feelings for someone.
Probably Donald?
She is looking so intensely at this photo. But is it really a sister that she's studying in this matter?
Oh, she used to like being courted and going out. Okay, so that wasn't happening while she was engaged? Okay, that's good. I take back calling you a slut. I thought she was like flirting with all these guys while she was engaged. I was pissed off.
They made the perfect couple, am I correct?
Yes, in a way. She was pretty and he...
Well?
He's a bright man, with a promising career ahead of him. He would have made Betty a good husband. He was always attentive and generous. Oh, a true gentleman.
I hear a note of envy in your voice.
You must have heard wrong.
You have not mentioned Donald's jealousy.
There's nothing to say.
You are a poor liar, Mademoiselle Bernard.
Excuse me, Mr. Poirot, but I do not see why you are interested in our humble little crime.
It would appear that your sister's murder is the second in a series that we have to stop as quickly as possible. The first was in Andover, and the same as your sister, the murderer sent me a letter informing me that a crime would be committed in that town.
That's gonna piss her
Now, can
off.
I count on your honesty?
Yes, you have my confidence, Mr. Poirot.
Oh, okay.
Don is a quiet and sensitive young man. Slightly reserved, too. And as is often the case with reserved people, when he flew into a temper, he completely lost control. He could be so violent. Betty was frightened.
And when was this?
The first time was about a year ago. But they rowed more recently. Donald found out that Betty had lied to him. She said she was going out with a girlfriend.
She was!
She went out for dinner with a married man.
What a whore! Okay, she's a whore,
It was
guys.
an awful scene. She told him that until they were married, she was free to go with whoever she pleased. Donald turned quite pale and started shaking.
What
and
a...
kept saying one day...
Well?
he'd commit murder.
Do you think that is what happened?
No, Mr. Poirot, I don't believe that. You yourself said he may be a recidivist madman. Don loved Betty with all his heart. I can't imagine for one instant that he would hurt her.
Very good, Mademoiselle Barnard. Thank you for your help.
Fraser is at the Ginger Cat. The police haven't spoken to him, but they want to.
Très bien, Hastings. Let's see him now.
Oh,
Au
this
revoir,
bitch
mademoiselle.
was cheating on
My
him?
deepest condolences to your parents.
I mean, apparently
Of
he had a
course, Mr.
temper,
Poirot.
but fucking just leave then.
And
Jesus
don't be
Christ.
too hard on Don. He's more fragile than he looks.
Like, I
If
feel...
you say so.
You're too defensive
Let
of
us
this
now
guy.
try and get our brain cells to work.
What had Betty planned to do with her evening? No? Oh. What? Did Betty know her assailant? Oh.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What is Megan Bernard's behavior hiding? Did Megan Bernard have a motive for killing her sister? What? Did Megan Bernard have a motive for killing her sister? Betty was a good singer. Betty was seeing other... Megan was jealous of Betty. Okay. He's Betty Bernard's fiance. He was jealous and had a quick temper. Okay. Did Donald have a... Yes, he did technically have a motive. A clue's missing. Oh. Okay, let's go. Let's go investigate. Okay. So I gotta like inspect every inch of every little puzzle because I didn't even think to look at those like little the pointy things in the legs. So now that I know.
Fraser, Hastings. What is your feeling?
He's a big chap. Fragile isn't exactly the word that springs to mind. I talked to his landlady before seeing him. She went to bed at 11. Fraser wasn't home yet.
Bien. Megan Barnard said he is a reserved character but with a nasty temper. We will see if this is the case.
So we want to make him angry then? Is that what you're saying?
I fear that it...
Come.
Certes. Hastings... I've finished with this subject. How do you do, Mr. Fraser?
You Hercule Poirot. Mr. Hastings said you wanted to speak to me.
Yes. I know that it may not be the right time, but I would like to ask you a few questions.
So we need to make him angry, or... Hold on.
What a pity. I don't have any chance to make it work. Hastings looks...
Oh.
Hastings looks ill at ease. He really doesn't like Fraser. Hastings is bound to tell me what he thinks about Fraser later on. Now is not the right time.
Okay. Let's see. I wonder if she...
I don't want this young man here. Be quick and do what you must.
Ooh, she doesn't like him either. What's he ordering?
At least let me finish my drink.
My drink. Scottish? Or is that Irish? I can never tell the difference.
This man looks suspicious.
Clothes. Clenched fist. Or... White horse whiskey. Oh.
Leave me alone.
Donald Fraser is in a terrible state, as if he hadn't slept all night. And he's drinking White Horse.
Leave me alone. Tell me that it's a mistake. That Betty isn't dead.
Sadly, your lady friend has been murdered, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, Betty, if only you'd listened.
What?
If she had listened to you, she would still be alive. Should I take that to be a confession?
With that sort of thinking, you must send a lot of innocent men to prison. Under different circumstances, I might even find you amusing, sir.
It's no time for amusement, Mr. Fraser. It is time to find your fiance's killer. Did you know what her plans were for the evening?
She said she was having dinner with her sister.
Yet, Megan only returned to Bexhill this morning, Mr. Fraser.
I didn't know.
Right. May I ask you what you were doing yesterday evening?
I spent the evening working.
Your colleagues can confirm this?
No, I often take work home with me.
Therefore, you have no alibi, Mr. Fraser?
That's right. But that doesn't make me a murderer, Mr. Poirot. I would like you to leave now, please.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, I fucked it up!
Ah, I knew I'd find you here, Poirot. I thought the victim's young man was here.
Yes, is all yours, Chief Inspector.
I didn't figure anything out.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Shit. Oh, no. Did I get the clue? Okay, does Donald have a motive for... No? What? So did Donald have a motive for Betty's murder? Well, first of all, like... the two murders were premeditated. Oh. Oh my god, okay. Did Donald have a motive for Betty's murder? Well, he was... And he doesn't have an alibi. Like, shouldn't that work? Oh my goodness. Oh my god, I have no idea. This is... Donald have a motive for Betty's murder? Why did, like, I don't understand. He doesn't have an alibi and he is violent. So wouldn't that be cause for motive? No, he doesn't. Does Donald have a motive for all of the murders? So I don't even know if I'm doing well or not.
No need to insist. I will certainly have the opportunity to question him again.
Oh, okay. I don't even know if I feel like I did really bad in that interrogation.
Hastings is bound to tell me what is...
What about you? You got anything to say? Nope. Okay.
Fraser doesn't have an alibi and he's extremely jealous.
You are very skilled at summing up.
And yet you haven't asked Japp to arrest him.
It is too soon. But I agree, without the letters announcing the crimes, Fraser would already be behind bars. Bon, I think we have enough elements. Let's reconstruct the events at the scene of the crime.
I can't imagine how the murderer wasn't seen, though. Surely she must have struggled.
Let us try and imagine the scene. The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5. Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6. Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a coat.
The killer tries to remove his victim's belt. She panics and tries to stop him.
Oh.
She runs away, pursued by her assailant.
Okay,
No, there is no sign of a chase. Things must have happened differently.
I thought he
Let
was
us
just
think again,
gonna do it like
Moshe.
more romantically than that. Okay, never mind.
The killer and the victim are walking on the beach. Miss Betty has a bag, a belt around her waist, and carries her shoes in her hand.
Okay.
Both of them walk slowly to hut number 5.
I thought he was gonna put his like hand around her waist and then untie it like slyly, not just like grab her. But whatever. Okay. Advance.
Both of them walk slowly to hut number 6. Miss Betty enters the hut. She leaves without her belongings. Then she hides a coat.
Okay. So no grabbing the belt this time.
They keep walking. Then she removes her belt.
What? She
The
removes the
murderer
belt.
moves behind her and then attacks her by surprise.
Why does
The
she
body
remove the belt?
falls, lifeless, on the sand.
That doesn't make any sense.
Everything
but
appears
okay.
to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Why does she remove her belt though? Okay. Interesting.
Without the ABC, we might have suspected Mr. Asher and Mr. Fraser. But by timing his crimes, the murderer is making sure he's accused. In a way, it is very generous of him.
Generous? The murderer seduced Betty in order to lure her to the beach and kill her.
Indeed, the young woman was certainly careless, but not stupid enough to follow a stranger.
She knew him.
What are you planning to do, Poirot?
Return to London, mon cher Hastings.
But I want to question what's his face again. So I can't question the guy again? Oh, I completely fucked up that interrogation then. At least I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. It didn't seem to go very well.
No need to insist. I will certainly have the opportunity to question him again.
Oh. No, I won't, because I'm going back to London. That sucks. Okay, I guess.
Right, back to London. There is nothing more for us to do here.
I'm coming, Poirot. According to the guide, the next train departs shortly.
Okay. Well, let's go then.
Right, back to London. There is nothing more for us to do here.
Jap has decided to reveal details to the press. The alphabet murder is now famous.
It is not a bad idea. The more people who know, the greater our chances of finding out something of interest.
Poirot, I have a bad feeling. Poor Mr. Poirot, not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps. Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time, it's an easy one. Churston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It's a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC. Good hunting. Did you hear that, Poirot? The murderer seems to be taking it all as a game, a challenge. He will strike on 30th in Churston. We must warn Scotland Yard. No time to lose. We must prepare our suitcases for Churstow.
Mon Dieu, it is already 10 o'clock. I will call Scotland Yard immediately.
Let's adjust my mustache first. Yes, yes. There we go. What is this?
Miss Hastings tore the envelope.
A piece of envelope. Absurd. White horse? Isn't that the whiskey? Hold on, hold on. White horse. Yeah. That's strange.
Daily Flicker, July 30, 1935. ABC affair, no progress. The alphabet murderer is still on the run. Ever since the police found the connection between the Bexhill and Andover affairs, the inquiry has barely progressed. In this issue, we are publishing provocative letters sent by the killer to Hercule Poirot. Unfortunately, they have not yet helped to find him. Daily Flicker, July the 26th, 1935. The Bexhill Horror. Young maid strangled on the beach. Killer struck at midnight. I lock my revolver in this drawer. I've not used it in a very long time. Hastings' photo album. He is very proud of his bag. Bexhill-on-Sea, Sussex, population 24,703.
I think that's 702.
Some cool air. It is not a good time.
Okay, so what? Compare the new letter with the other letters from ABC.
It is not a good time.
It's not letting me.
Hello, chap. We received a new letter from ABC in the 10 o'clock post.
Where and when?
In Churstow. Today.
Today? I'll inform the population immediately.
I'll check the train times. Call me back.
Why can't I inspect the letter?
It is not a good time.
Why is it not a good time? What?
Hastings, what you are doing is an absolute disaster. That is no way to pack suitcases.
Heavens, we must hurry. We have to get to Churston before the murder.
Oh, I think there's a trophy for this. Point out that order is essential and acknowledge that it is an emergency. Guys, I normally wouldn't do this, but...
Hastings' order and method are always necessary, regardless of the circumstances.
Okay, okay. I'll let you pack them.
Ah! I only got one ego point. Okay, I don't think... Shit.
All the same, it really is a disgrace to leave your belongings in such a mess.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Unprotected bottles. Yeah, there's a trophy for this.
Voila. It only took a minute.
Poirot, you were right. I've just consulted the ABC guide. There's no hurry. The next train doesn't leave till 11:45.
Oh, okay, good.
You see, there is no need to hurry. We will not be in Churston until tomorrow morning, after the murder.
Oh.
But why has the murderer warned us so late? It's not what he usually does. Did he do it on purpose?
Probably not the same person.
Very good question, Hastings. We should also compare the letter we have just received with the other two. Also, I have very little doubt about what we will find.
Copycat. Copycat. Snowflake. Hold on.
Right, let us compare this new letter with the second one. Let us examine this more closely.
The paper is different.
Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects. Yes, this I is weird.
Okay, go back.
Right, let us compare this with the other letter.
Oh my god, it's so slow.
Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
So there's the exact same thing then? Like, jeez.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Right, let us compare this with the...
Oh, shush.
That's right, the A character... I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Lowercase w.
The W is not printed. Right, let us compare... Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter.
I thought it was a copycat. Why did he send it to us
Let
like
us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Why did the murderer want us so late? Well, the wrong address. Nope.
The letter should have arrived in time. The postmark shows that it was sent 3 days ago. However, our man made a mistake in the address, which explains the delay. All the same, the post office took their time correcting the error.
Come on, Poirot. Your address is not quite as well known as that of Scotland Yard. Poirot, the telephone. It must be Jap.
Hold on.
Poirot, the telephone.
Oh, sorry. I'm going.
I have some news from Churchton. Bad news, I'm afraid. Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered while out on his evening walk.
Sir Carmichael Clark. The name is familiar to me.
He was a famous throat specialist, one of the best in London. A wealthy man, he retired to Combside, a beautiful house by the sea. He collected antiques.
Are you going there?
Yes, let's meet on the train.
Well, that links him to the girl. But what does that link? How does that link them to Alice? The stockings. Okay, so oh jeez. And this time it was a guy.
The victim is called Sir Carmichael Clark, one of the best throat specialists in London. The body was still warm when we found it. If we'd been warned earlier, we definitely could have saved him.
It appears that the murderer made a mistake when he wrote his letter.
A mistake? Lucky for him.
And what if he did it on purpose?
No. He's defined his madcap rules and he's sticking to them. It's a matter of pride for him. Shall we go up to the house, Poirot?
You go, my friends. I will come soon. This place is very calming.
Picturesque work. What is this?
The site is exceptional. It is easy to imagine that Sir Carmichael used to enjoy stopping here every evening. The body is just in front of a bush. One of the only bushes in the surrounding area. The vegetation behind the bush has been trampled. Jap has emptied the victim's pockets and has laid out their contents on this piece of wax cloth. It is pointless. An oriental dragon. It's an old piece. Much older than the pocket watch on which it was fastened. Nothing appears to be missing from this wallet. A signet ring. Very probably with the Clark family's coat of arms.
Oh, his throat was slashed.
An ABC guide. The murderer's customary signature, covered in blood this time.
He's fascinated with their throats. Or actually, no, the first lady was bashed over the head, but she had like a cough. And that would connect her to... oh, I don't know.
Sir Carmichael's throat was cut. It's a clean incision, a professional murder. The gravel on the path has been sprayed with blood that covers a conical-shaped area, which starts at the body and becomes wider as it moves further from the bush. Apart from the wound to the throat, the body is untouched. No cuts, no bruises.
So he was waiting
Let us now
in
try
ambush.
and get our brain cells to work.
He was waiting behind the bush. That's what happened. Was Sir Carmichael supposed to show when he was killed?
Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush when the killer cut the throat from behind. A fatal blow that sprayed blood over a range of more than 1 meter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Have you finished, Poirot?
Chief Inspector, many questions remain unanswered, but I am certain of one thing.
So...
the killer is a daring opportunist. He met Sir Carmichael at nightfall on this deserted path and took advantage of the situation.
Impossible. You forget the trampled grass behind the bush.
oh.
C'est vrai. It proved that he was waiting for his victim.
Quite right. He must have known Sir Carmichael's movements
Oh,
well
oops.
to plan such an attack.
The murderer struck with terrible savagery.
Yes, blood flowed. It's the first time he's attacked a man. He armed himself accordingly.
Have you spoken to the victim's family, Chief Inspector?
I've spoken to the brother, Franklin Clark. I didn't get much out of him. He's yours. I must get the body removed.
Throat and lung conditions. His throat was cut when he was out of... And, yeah, Alice had a cough or something. And then the second girl was the singer. Oops. Where am I going? Oh, not this way.
I had better go up to campsite.
To be honest, this inspector seems rather obtuse. I'm counting on your friend Poirot to catch my brother's murderer. Ah, here he is now. Please, Mr. Poirot. Mr. Poirot, this is my brother's secretary, Miss Thora Gray.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Poirot. Would you like some tea?
No, thank you, mademoiselle. I find it hard to digest. It is not the right time.
Oh.
Everybody is absorbed in their cup of tea. Let us take advantage of the opportunity to observe them discreetly. There is something elegant about her.
The dragon.
She has good taste, except perhaps in her choice of jewelry.
Please excuse me, I have to take care of Lady Clark.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to question him. Hastings does not like very hot tea. He's going to blow on his cup for a good while before drinking. It is not the right time.
My brother's wife is gravely ill. You will probably want to question her, but I fear that it won't be possible today.
So she's very ill.
I insist, Mr. Clark. Please allow me to remind you that this is a murder inquiry.
Unfortunately, she is much too ill. She doesn't even know her husband is dead.
Oh.
I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid it's out of the question.
Of course, I understand. Someone set a trap for your brother. Who was familiar with his habits?
Everybody knew he took his evening walk at 8:30, and that he always followed the same path.
Ask what his favorite book is? What? What the hell does that have to do with anything? And it doesn't matter if it was a dark night, if the guy was hiding behind a bush. Why would he... There's a lot of dragons. Hold on.
Wasn't your favorite novel?
The Railway Children by Edith Nesbit. I know it's a children's book, but it's enthralling.
So it was you who found the body?
Yes, along with the gardener.
Have you seen any strangers around the house recently?
No. As far as I know, nobody has been near the house.
Miss Clark.
Oh, Lady Clark must have fallen from her chair. I have to help Miss Grey get her up.
That is so weird.
Hastings, while our host is gone, let's examine the drawing room.
But, Poirot, a gentleman shouldn't...
I take full responsibility. All you have to do is to leave the drawing room door ajar and let me know if anyone is coming. There are some very valuable objects here. Compass, point to the south. Bronze and magnetite, Han Dynasty, circa 210 BC, purchased in Hong Kong 1935.
What? How did he get that from that?
Traditional Chinese map. Facsimile. South is on the top of the map. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. It is an emperor. His place at the center of the table is probably symbolic. A tiger. A crane?
And I was given the dragon?
A dragon.
And she was given the...
A turtle.
Turtle. I was gonna say turtle, but then I was like, I don't know what that is. And then this book.
Horrorcide's private collection, purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection. I'm not going to leave now.
Oh, oops. I thought that was to take the picture off the wall. Thinking. Oh God.
Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
Wait, what? Oh. Dragon was... Oh, no, no, no. Dragon was... Come on.
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
Shit. Oh God, I don't even remember. I know the turtle is that way, though. Oh, fuck me. Are you serious?
The cardinal points. This book could maybe help me. Each cardinal point is associated with one animal and one color. In the middle sits the imperial dragon, and out of respect, all the others are turned towards him.
Red, blue, black. No. No, I didn't want to do that.
Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table.
Okay. No. There we go. Come on, turn. Oh. Oh, for Pete's sake.
think I heard a bang. Could it be this cupboard? This is interesting.
There's a knife missing, first of all.
These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime weapon is here.
But there's one missing.
Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comside Churstone, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case, so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan.
Here's Miss Gray.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Lady Clark's condition requires regular care. I believe you want to ask me a few questions.
Indeed, mademoiselle.
I didn't get to look at everything.
This porcelain is remarkable. Is it old?
It's about 3 centuries old, I believe. Wait, let me find the reference.
I knew that Hastings had a weak spot for young women with auburn hair, but I can see that he is also sensitive to Scandinavian blonde hair. I have better things to do right now. She appears to be very flustered.
Looks like she was crying. Oh. Where's her pen? Her dragon is gone.
Just a minute, please, Mr. Poirot.
What is going... Why can't I...
Just a minute, please, Mr. Poirot.
She's unable to hide her emotion, and her makeup has been disturbed. I think that this young woman has just been kissed.
Oh, no.
Here? Teapot with black dragon, Gangshi period, end of the 17th century. It is a rare piece with unusual colors.
You have a good knowledge of art history.
Acquired while working with Sir Carmichael. I used to help him manage his collection and choose his new acquisitions.
Where's your pen?
Did you have a good relationship with your employer?
He treated me well, and I am sorry for his death.
Have you seen any strangers hanging around in the past few days?
No. Nobody has been near Comside.
Tell me what happened last night.
After dinner? Well, I did some sewing, and then I went to bed. I was woken by the telephone at 11. I heard Franklin Clark speaking with the gardener. They left with some lanterns, and they found the body.
What are your feelings about Franklin Clark?
What an odd question. Of course I think he's a good man. He's energetic, nice, very sociable.
Miss Grey, if I may be so bold, please do not take offence. My friend has rather unusual methods, but all he wants is to find the murderer.
Yes, I understand. I must rest. Please excuse me.
Earlier, you asked me to watch the living room door for you. I don't wish to be indiscreet, but sometimes a gentleman stumbles upon a secret without intending to.
That is sometimes the case.
And I saw Franklin Clark kissing Miss Grey at the foot of the stairs.
I assume so. I didn't want to bring it up
Do you
because I didn't
think
want
this
to...
is a common occurrence?
No, I saw emotion, intensity. I think it was their first kiss.
Well done, mon ami. Well spotted.
However, I don't think I completely understand this business. Why did Sir Carmichael not defend himself? He appeared to have been active and strong.
The murderer did not give him a chance. Let us try and reconstruct the scene.
No, I'm missing stuff though. It's gonna bug me. Shit.
Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush. The old man walks quietly along the gravel path.
I admire.
Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it.
Wait, what? Attack from the left, attack from the right. So if you attack from the right... Huh?
The killer leaves his hiding place on the right-hand side. He approaches silently over the grass. Then he throws himself on his prey and cuts the poor man's throat. He then lays down the ABC before leaving.
That doesn't explain why there's a book.
Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
That doesn't explain the blood inside the book, though.
Oh, just a minute. I'm getting dressed.
Mr. Kirst, have you recently returned from Churston?
Yes. Indeed I have.
Have you seen the papers? And to think that you might have rubbed shoulders with the killer. Imagine that. Mr. Kirst, are you all right? You don't seem well.
My apologies. My throat is burning. And my head feels heavy. It's ever since the war, you know. Since my injury, my head has never been the same.
Okay. Well, I know who the killer is, but, like... I don't know why they would show me, because, I mean, they showed him right at the beginning of the game, so I don't know why they would do that.
Poirot, it's a pleasure to be with you again after all these years. I looked for a gift to thank you, and I found this propelling pencil.
An authentic collector's item. You spoil me, mon ami.
And you more so by sharing investigation.
Do not underestimate the help you are to me, Hastings. Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill, and you are not short of that. Later, I will ask you to help me tidy up the room and bring some chairs. Our guest will be here soon.
Ah, Is Thora Grey coming?
Naturally. She is a fascinating young woman, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, come on, Poirot. I'm a married man. And Miss Grey has already been courted by Franklin Clark. Poirot, our guests will be here soon. We must prepare ourselves.
I didn't want to ask...
I should take advantage of the silence to examine them.
I didn't want to ask her why, if she was in a relationship with Franklin, because I didn't want her to get pissed at me. And I don't want her knowing that I know that too, so I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm just gonna start another stream up because this one's been going on for over an hour. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye for now.